Hello, hello. Let me do a check-in with a really interesting part of Don Quixote. I'm in part two, chapter 49, and it's where Sancho Paz is coming home from, well, not coming home. He's going back to the Duke and Duchess to reunite with Don Quixote, and he falls in with a bunch of guys in cloaks that seem to be kind of holy pilgrims, but actually, what they turn out to be is he recognizes one of the guys as Ricote, who is a guy that he knows from his village. And what has happened is that Ricote is a Morisco, Moris, Morisco, um, which what's happened is that King Philip of Spain in 1609 has decreed the expulsion of the Moriscos, and you know, Spain, it's sort of like known for the expulsion of the Jews and also for the expulsion of Muslims, and the Moriscos, which are actually people of Muslim descent who had converted to Christianity because of coercion or royal decree in the early 16th century. And apparently Spain is feeling really stretched. There had been a couple of revolts that had happened of Moriscos, and to varying degrees they expelled these Moriscos. How successful it was, it seems like looking at the Wikipedia scholarship on it, we're talking maybe 40%. And it being interesting that it's in the areas of Kingdom of Valencia and Aragon, that maybe it was most vigorously pursued, that there was a lot of ethnic tensions, and they were driven out, which resulted in the economic collapse of those regions, and also worsened by bubonic plague happening there a while later. But it also seems like a lot of the Moriscos, they went down to like the Barbary Coast, but a lot of them eventually ended up kind of getting back into Spain anyways. So like there's kind of questions of exactly, there's these efforts to expel them, but how useful it was. It's interesting in this chapter because you know, Ricote himself is sort of shown as a little bit kind of dodgy of a character that maybe hasn't accepted Christianity, but is like, I might in the future. He's got a mother and daughter who seem to be genuine Catholic Christians, but they have also gotten driven out by the state, and there's a lot here of kind of the weeping and the lamentation and just how the kind of the hardship. And Ricote is saying like, I tried to get them away early because I knew that this was going to be happening. Also the thing of, they want us to leave the country, but we're not allowed to actually leave, have our wealth, take our wealth with us. That they want to take, and he's buried at places, and he indeed wants to get Sancho Panza to come back with him to the village and help him dig it up, and he'll give him a cut of the thing. I mean, it's an ethnic purge. It's a thing of genocide, of trying to kind of extinguish these people. And I mean, very careful that Sancho Paz doesn't say, "Oh, I couldn't do that because that would be siding with traitors against my king," but definitely shows it in a kind of like the human toll that this kind of policy had on people there, and exactly and how effective it was. We have Ricote sneaking back in to do this, and basically just trying to figure out ways around this stuff. So it kind of does, reading Don Quixote kind of highlights those things of like how effective this was, how cruel this was, which is interesting in a work that's obviously had to get by royal censors, or would have to be politically sensitive about exactly what I can say about this. you know, showing Quixote kind of in a bit of a kind of a cliched kind of, thing light, but also kind of giving a lot of human sympathy to it at the same time. So yeah, interesting chapter 49 of the second part of Don Quixote. More videos later.